My friends, from the 15th to the 1st of February, I will be on a vacation. This means no streams and only 1 or 2 scheduled videos on the channel. Follow me on my social pages if you want updates on what I'm doing, and I'll be back on the 1st of February with more videos and more streams and more epicness.
Sp4zie, commentary, and plenty.
Hello YouTube, Sp4zie coming right at you with another commentary. Today we're playing APS mid. Runes, hybrid pen marks, ability power quints, health seals, magic resist glyphs, masteries, 30-0-0, you might say. That's crazy talk. No, it's because of my Dorans. As you see, this is how I play APS role. I pick up a Doran's blade, not a ring. Please do not pick up a ring if you want to play like I do. Ring is doable as well, but this is where you are aggressive level 1 and level 2, and you just not sit in the back and wait for like max level in W to do something. No, here you see auto Q, gonna do a lot of damage to Annie, and I'm just gonna keep harassing her with my Qs, and as good as I can also push the lane. It's important that you push the lane pretty hard if you want to have this particular strat in mind. It's okay to last hit the, or to push the minions with Q, but preferably you want to hit at least 1 or 2 Qs. As you can see, I tried to hit her on the side there instead of pushing the minions, because I want her to get low. Here she has a stun loaded up. I'm a little bit careful, but I know I can see that I have at least 2 minion advantage here, which means that I'll ding earlier than her. The melee creep is going down there. I'm gonna ding. She's going in for the stun, which is a big mistake because now I can auto, I can ignite, and I can position myself with E to land an easy Q for the first blood. And that's all there is to it when it comes to how I play APS. It's all about grabbing the kills, and that's why you pick up 30 points into those offense to just be a beast early on and snowball from there. Item-wise, usually I might pick up 1 or 2 Doran's rings, or I feel confident and I go straight for that Lichbane. In my opinion, you don't want to get anything as first item but Lichbane. It's a great item. You get great... what you do is basically you enhance your overall kit everywhere. You get more mana, which is great. You get AP, more damage, but then the enhanced auto attack is just going to let your Q be more of a threat even though you don't max it. You're going to be landing... you know, that enhanced auto attack if you jump in with E. Here I missed my W for some reason, but nice gank, Jim. Get another kill, and she flashed. Wonderful. After that, get 1 CDR item, / regen item, either Morelos or Athene's, depending on your preferences. And after that, I usually go into a Void Staff, which is a little bit weird to some. I just find myself to enjoy a Void Staff. It gives a great, you know, chunk of extra damage. It's also going to allow you to burst not only 1 but maybe even 3 targets on the, you know, on the enemy team. Not only like the 1 or 2 AP or AD carries, you might also burst the support down, or maybe even the top laner if it's a squishy one. And then you can transition into Rapaduds or Hail. I usually like to get a double CDR item, either double Morel Rollicons or Morel Rollirono and an Athene's. And I never go for Mage Ice because I tend to die. Nice gag from Jim, flashing, and here comes Shaco. This is a bad situation for me because I don't have any mana for my E, and he's gonna smite me, he's gonna do a lot of damage, and I'm just gonna try and run to my turret. I do have Ignite up. Listen to this.
Oh, no, you did. But maybe...
Great. Idiots. Get yourself a drink, friends, if you don't have one. Post a video right now and go get one. I have myself a cup of coffee. Now, I'm in a superbly good spot right now. I can be a massive presence in the lane. In this scenario, what you see me do here, however, I talked about the item build. You usually want to get Sheen first. I do have level 2 boots already and the Wisp, whatever it's called, for movement speed. When you're fighting an Annie, or when you're fighting maybe a Veigar, movement speed is going to help out a lot because their engage is pretty straightforward. They just stun you and they walk up and stun you. Here I just start the fight because I know Jim's coming in. And I'm just that fed that it doesn't really matter that it wasn't that clean. But an extra chunk of movement speed, getting that early level 2 boots and everything, is just going to be superbly nice. Here I go for a combo. A little bit, I should have expected him to walk either top or bottom when he tried to joke it, but yeah. It's just going to be overall nice. So it was actually a sort of like deviation in my item build that I went for because I'm up against an Annie. So you, like always, friends, you do need to vary your item build accordingly. And I do think it works out for me here pretty well. I still have the damage. Jim goes ham-tastic. Does he get the kill? Shaco's running away. I go for a little bursty Rudy. And there it is. Beautiful. Take a sip of that coffee. Now, I'm in a really good spot. I keep pushing out the lane. That's also one of the reasons you do want to get the Sheen usually, is because one of the biggest weaknesses of AP Ezreal is that you can get shoved and there's not much you can do about it except ulting like that. And bear that in mind, friends, if you're playing APS. Sometimes it might be very worth just going in, or going back, I should say, towards your turret where they can't see you, ulting them when they don't expect it, instead of using it as sort of like a last hit, because when you've brought them low, they'll expect a banana and they'll try and joke it. In this set, you can just set it up and then, you know, try and go for a kill later with EW, because that's a combo they don't expect as, you know, frequently, I find. We get a nice free pick on Annie when she roams bottom. We set up for a Drake here. I find Janna, I hit my E and W and Q, and then there is the Grace for the kill. Beautiful. That's a free Drake too. Donk, get it, clear the pink. And here I make a decision to, instead of going mid, I go bottom, because I think I asked Prophet and he said that the tribe wasn't warded, so I position myself behind Vayne here, and I try and start off with a banana. Donk. That's gonna hit. That's like half her HP already, which is nice. I don't get condemned into the wall, which is cool. I actually flash and secure because I don't want her to get away. So there is that, going back. And now I have my Lich Bane, and this is a huge power spike. If you can get an early Lich Bane on Ezreal, you're gonna have to try and utilize that to your best abilities, because, man, it's such a huge power spike. You can, anyone who's out of position, you can punish. And then, of course, AP Ezreal is, honestly, in my opinion, one of those champions that's just an incredible beast late game. So with this whole like rune kit and mastery kit and the item build, what you basically are doing is creating a unstoppable snowball, basically. Now what you're gonna have to practice is, well, one, grabbing those first bloods and making sure that you can, you know, get rolling. But number two is that if you derp, or if you don't get the first bloods, hang in there until you know that you have the power spike needed to actually be useful, and then make the picks accordingly. How do you do that? Well, you buy a lot of wards, and in this game I do buy the sweeper. Well, what's it called? The orb, the something, watch, the clairvoyance. Old school phrase for it. But in my opinion, I know why you would get it. It's because you want to snipe people with your ult and stuff. But in my opinion, getting a sweeper and topping that off with 2 wards every time you leave base is usually going to help you get more kills and snowball even harder than if you get that scribing orb. I got it! Got the word. And now it's just time to cheese. When you're playing APS, cheese as much as it's a cheesy pick. So cheese. Here, instead of going back, we just camp this brush for eternity. And look, it actually turns out that there's a fight coming in here. So I'm just going to take my time, line up the skill shots, and donkers! That's a dead Vayne. That's a dead Janna. And here comes Annie with a Tibbers who doesn't stun, which is unfortunate. But I guess she had no choice. Jax is here, which is a little bit annoying. But I think we're cool. Taking a sip of that coffee. So yeah, I can't stress the fact that, in my opinion, a better choice of trinkets is Sweeper for clearing wards and placing wards. Where do you want to place them? Well, you want to place them right in the middle of the lane, basically. And then you want to sweep where you're standing to assassinate. So in this scenario, I would sweep where I am right now, and Thresh would be the ward if he wasn't there. So I could see them jump in, just like such, I guess, and get a kill. And yeah, give it a try, friends. Give it a try. Please never leave base if you have 75 gold and a slot in your inventory without buying a ward. In this case, I decided to go for Athene's because of the magic resist, because Annie, well, she does do some decent burst even though she's behind. And, you know, I do tend to enjoy Athene's a lot, even though, you know, Morellis is these days what people go for. That's a weird banana. She totally saw me. But as it turns out, I'm going to hit Shaco in the jungle. People says that at least. And then he's going to be able to kill him. So, planned assist there. Nice. That is good. In other news, as you probably saw in the beginning of this video, I am gonna be on vacation from the 15th of January to the end of the month. There's gonna be no streams. There's gonna be a stream tomorrow because it's Tuesday, 4 p.m. Central European time. But then there's gonna be a little break. And if you want more info on that, click on this. That's a link to my IRL channel where I announce it and talk a little bit about why and what. And you can also subscribe to that channel, because that's, if I make any content while I'm abroad and just have relaxing, it's going to be on that channel. And that's usually where I vlog and stuff when I'm at events. So it's a little bit behind the scenes. Don't look at that damage. Can we kill her? Yes, we can. Wonderful. Beautiful done. And what is that? That is, oh my god, this is a little bit too deep, I think. Look at the damage. No, I missed my Q. It would have been a kill. But I flash out, and Grace misses too. Oh my god, does it flash in? Oh my god, there's a lot of skill shots. So a big con, I guess, of Ezreal is that you burp sometimes when you go in and miss. No, but there it is again. Nice reaction from Vayne. The classic payoff, I guess, for the immense burst that you bring is that every single ability except the E, I guess, and even that is in some sense a skill shot. So if you miss stuffs, then you will be of zero effectiveness. Big pros, however, once you learn the positioning, you'll find out that it's not as much as you being skilled with the skill shots, more than it is that you position yourself in ways that you can't miss them. Basically, that was a little bit unlucky. They could have backed out a little bit, but I guess, you know, that would have been a nice banana to hit, even though we managed to pick up. Oh my god. Just as I say all this, I miss a lot of skill shots. Turns out Pripyat is a god and shields me with everything he's got, and I survive, so that's fun. But yeah, say for instance a Baron scenario. You're getting that Brawn, you've swooped the area, you position yourself in the thin areas of the map, on the lane thingy in the jungle, and as it turns out, there it's almost impossible to miss when they come charging in and wants to face check that Baron. And those are the scenarios you're going to be looking for, as well as these easy kills and picks that we make right now, because, well, we're all incredibly fed. A little note on that, this is one of those games where, yeah, as you guys can obviously see, we are incredibly fed, and we're just, you know, having a lot of fun right now, where we should maybe be doing things a little bit more seriously, maybe not jumping in like that, maybe taking objectives and stuff like that. But, you know, I took this game, I know that you guys sometimes like, and I do have a lot of other footage that could have served as a little bit more, you know, even games and stuff, but I took this footage because this is usually how an APS game turns out right now when I play him. It's very representative. Not that I go 11-0 in 20 minutes or whatever it is right now all the time, but it's very, very snowbally, and it's also one of those picks that is a little bit unexpected. Like, a lot of people, well, they know how to play against Ahri, they know how to play against Zed, they know all these, you know, standard picks, but when an Ezreal comes out and he has a Doran's Blade and he just poops on people, then it confuses people. So I took this footage because it's also nice to see the strength of the character. So, yeah, I don't know. I just went for it. I hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. Let's take a sip of that coffee root. It is not yet over, though. We're pushing that inhib. And I think we're gonna try and, you know, push the limits a little bit. This is where I misposition. So yeah, it's a really, it's very close. But yeah, I position myself so I get stunned by Annie right there. It was very close that I would have gotten away. But like, yeah, that's the whole thing. One mispositioning and you're dead because you're building full squish. I usually don't even include Zhonya's in my build unless their setup calls for it. For instance, if I'm up against Zed, of course I'm gonna bring that Zhonya's. If they've got, like, I don't know, Lissandra, jump, get in on your face and kill you, then I might go for it as well. Peepwood being a god there. Good job, man. Playing Yasuo! But usually, yeah, that's the whole payoff, I guess. You want to build all them cooldown reduction and damage items. I think I go for Rabadons here instead of Void Staff, like I said before. I guess it's because I'm so far ahead that I could. Look at that banana! Yes! It hits, and Jim's he survives. Beautiful cream. My coffee is almost finished already. I'm such a coffee slurper. Another con, of course, like I said, wow, people being an overall beast, is of course that you can get shoved. So what do you do when you get shoved? Not a lot. You make sure that your jungler knows that you're constantly being shoved, so that he can hopefully punish the person that's shoving you. And then you just try and get that sheen as quickly as you can, man. Like, if you can't get that enhanced damage, then it's gonna be real difficult to last it on turret, and everything's gonna be a lot of problems for ya. That's English. I'm just coming in from the side here. I don't know how useful I was in that fight, and I don't know why I banana here, because that's just a bad idea. But yeah, I think basically we're just gonna derp around here a little bit with Baron buff our minions, and try and look for more kills because we like it, and this is basically gonna be game. But yeah, do go ahead and pick up AP Ezreal if you want this cheesy one-shot kill nerd of death. Give him a couple of games though. It's not going to be easy. It's not your standard AP mid. It is a little bit different. It's really important to know when you hit your power spikes, and it's really important to know how much damage you can do. For instance, when you're going in on that level 1, level 2 to get the kill, if you miss a mystic shot, you're probably going to lose. It just comes down to that. So that is what you want to practice. And then, of course, also you want to be practice last hitting under the turret with Ezreal, because that's usually what happens a lot. And yeah, go out there, have fun, one-shot people, and be a beast. Because, wow, that was not even a real champion. You nerd. If you enjoyed this video, friends, feel free to hit the like button so I know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. I release 3 videos a week. Although I am on vacation from the 15th, again, there won't be that many videos. I might schedule a few. But yeah, stay tuned until I'm back. And let me know how you did with APS if you decided to pick them up in the comments below. And we'll read through them and we can share experiences. And that's it. Have a fantastic week, friends. Love you very much. This has been Sp4zie, and I'm out.